Hi, this is Andrew Gearin from Analog IT. Welcome to Getting the Most from Office 365, a series to help users effectively implement all the productive tools in Office 365. In episode 4, we take a look at Microsoft Teams Mobile. Okay, let's get started. Here we have Microsoft Teams Mobile on iOS, and Android is going to look very similar. There aren't a lot of differences in the mobile version compared to the client version or the web browser version. And I'm just going to go through navigating the mobile client just so that you can get an idea of where everything's at. You'll notice at the bottom there's 5 icons: activity, chat, teams, meetings, and calls. So I'm just going to take a look at each one. Activities has a filter at the top where you can filter just like the Windows client and the browser client. So you can see things such as mentions when you're mentioned in a chat, when you reply. So all this shows up here and you can filter them out if you're looking for a specific thing. There's also, you can change your list to all the team activity, all of my activity, or you can just have the feed of everything. There's also a great search if you want to search the feed, and it works very, very well. Okay, moving on to chat. Very similar, except a little more condensed. So I can go to my contacts if I want to pick, let's say I want to chat with Jeff. I can look at his profile and I can click any one of these things. So the chat icon, I can have a video call with him. I can have an audio call with him. I can see his activity, and I can also see where he is in the organization in terms of who is his manager and where he falls kind of in the org structure of this company. So that might be very helpful for larger organizations. If I go back to here, we can take a look at recent. So that shows all the recent conversations that I have had. And if I go to contacts, I've grouped them just like we did in another video into office staff. So if I wanted to talk to Jeff again, I can go like this and I can click the chat icon. And it's going to go to our chat. And it keeps the history of the chat, whether I do it on mobile or the Windows 10 client or the mobile or the web client. Okay, so it's got a similar editor. If I click the A with a little edit pencil there, it gives me the condensed what you see is what you get editor. And it works the same as the other clients. Very straightforward. I can send pictures, attach files, and you'll notice here if I go to this conversation again and I go to files, that GIF is still in the files. I can see all the files that we have collaborated on over the history of our conversation. Okay, I can also have group chats here, just like I did in the other clients. By, let's say we wanted to have a group chat with Amy and with Jeff. It sets up an ad hoc group that we can chat, and we can do all the same things that we can in the other clients. Okay, it's always nice to have a condensed teams list. So right now, almost everything is shown. So I'm gonna show everything here. So I'm gonna turn these 2 channels on in accounting. So what if I only wanted to work with the project management team in mobile here, and I didn't want to be cluttered up with accounting and management because I only go into those once in a while. So if you see this bottom, see all teams, if I click that there, I can take out the project management team, the project management and the management team, and just show accounting. I think I said that I wanted to show project management and take out accounting. Now if I wanted to leave, let's say I wanted accounts payable in there, I could leave accounting and just leave accounts payable. So now when I go back to the list, it gives me a really condensed project list. General is always going to be there. If I have a team showing, it's going to show the general channel always. So if we look at the settings icon here, it does the same thing. It goes to that. So the 2 places, if I go see all teams, or if I click the settings, I can do that. Now, if I wanted to add a team and I have permissions to do that, I can create a team here. I can join a team with a code if somebody's given me a code to join a team, or I can browse other teams that are available in the organization. Okay, so if I go into a channel, it's the same. We have a little more condensed though, conversations, files, and then wiki. So you'll notice that there's not as much space on a phone, so the more is going to have any other tabs that are able to show on a phone there. Okay, so let's move on to meetings. We're going to go over this in great detail with mobile and the Windows 10 client in the next video, but right now I'll take a look at meetings, and if I schedule a meeting here, I just want to show you this dialog. So this is connected to Exchange Online. So when I add participants, add a title of the meeting, schedule it, it's going to send a normal calendar or meeting invite that you would out of Exchange Outlook to the participants, and you can actually meet in a specific channel. Now that's what I love about Teams, is you can say, okay, well, if we're meeting on the multi-day projects with our team, I can send it out to them and it records a transaction in that. I'm just going to get out of here. It records that meeting and the meeting notes within that channel of the team. So it's very effective. So like I said, in the next one, we'll chat all about meetings. And if I go to calls here, if users just have a Teams license, which comes with most Office 365 plans, they can call either video chat or audio chat, and we'll look at what that looks like when we look at meetings next video as well. But if I wanted to hit the plus button at the top where the little phone icon is, and let's say I wanted to call Jeff, and I just audio call him, it's going to go to voicemail now, because it's a demo account and there's no one on the other end of that. Yeah, so I'm just going to hang up here. And we go back to calls. And the last thing I'm going to show you is settings. So if I go to notifications here, well, let's start at the beginning. I can set my status. So if I want a status message, I'm available, but I'm not taking calls. You could put that there, or you could change the status and you could reset the status as well. So if I go set status message, show when people message me, it'll show a status and mention them. Okay, let me go back to this. So notifications, one thing I really like about this is you can set the quiet hours of the phone. So you can get these notifications during business hours, but outside of business hours, it doesn't notify you on your phone, which is really great. And if I go to settings now, this is where you go through and you can change it from, this is on a dark theme now. I'm not going to change it to a light theme because then I'll have to restart. Notifications is here, same thing as the notifications from the main. Data and storage, profile, messaging. Okay, that's an overview of Teams Mobile. Leave any questions that you have in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. And let me know if you want to know more about Teams Mobile. And stay tuned for next week, as we're going to be looking at meetings within the mobile and other clients. Until next time.